Lidia Thorpe addressed a rally today where she was quoted as saying in relation to Benjamin Netanyahu, "We need a citizen's arrest of that murderer. Netanyahu has a $sign on his head and it's time someone put him away for good. There are war criminals in my workplace who sit on their hands and pretend they're there for the people." Senator, we've just been speaking about a firebombing of a synagogue. Is that sort of language appropriate, saying that there are war criminals in her workplace?
Definitely not. I think it's childish talk. I think it's she's out there to try and get attention for herself. She's stated quite clearly she doesn't want to be a senator for the people of Australia, for everyone. She's there as an antagonist. She's there to disrupt Parliament. She's there pushing her own agenda. And it's a real shame because there's no way of actually getting rid of her till the next election and she won't get re-elected again. But the damage that she is causing is terrible. I wish the media would just switch off and not give her any airplay whatsoever. You're fueling her. You're keeping it going. You're giving her a platform. I wish you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Senator Hanson. But, gee, I reckon that telling a crowd that's already stirred up that politicians are war criminals is incredibly inflammatory and totally irresponsible.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. It is too. But that's the way she is. Even on the floor of Parliament, she does it. She tries to intimidate everyone on the floor of Parliament, the senators. That's why I stood up to her in the last week of Parliament. And I thought, no, you're not going to get away with it any longer. Both sides have done nothing about her. They've actually, appeased her because they need her vote, whether it be the Labor or whether it be the Coalition. And they actually have gone along with it. Well, I haven't. I've had a gutful of her and I'm sick and tired of it. That's why I called it out. And I said to them, you deal with this woman now. If you don't start reining her in, this Parliament is an absolute joke, what happens on the floor of Parliament. You've allowed her to get away with it.
Let's move to a slightly different topic. I want to talk to you about the economy. The National Accounts data released on Wednesday painted a pretty grim picture for the economy. Essentially, the economy is being propped up by massive government spending and record immigration, both of which are contributing to high inflation, and that's delaying interest rate relief. Albanese won office having convinced Australians he could manage the economy. Do you still think anyone still believes that?
Look, if they do believe that, they've got their heads buried in the sand and maybe they're one of these public servants that he's given a job to, paying them an exorbitant amount of money, allowing them to work from home, not putting the work and effort in, no productivity. So, yes, they're going to be the ones that support Anthony Albanese. But when you look at the other side of the coin, the people out there, small business, the farming sector, aged pensioners, all these people who are struggling, they're actually feeling it tough. Ordinary mums and dads who can't afford to pay the bills. I did a bit of grocery shopping for myself, and there's only two of us here. And the whole fact is, I know what I paid at that checkout. And I just shake my head and I'm thinking, how can families afford this? And the cost of living and the electricity costs on top of it. I feel for people out there and I know they're doing it damn tough. But the Labor Party are not in tune with the grassroots Australians, and they need to understand, because businesses are going backwards. You've got small business shutting down. What they thought they did in helping industrial relations has actually harmed it. And people are paying the price for it because they're not going to have the jobs in the long run. And the net zero, that's an absolute killer for this country.
Yeah, that $275 has never eventuated and our power bills are going in the other direction, Senator. It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Now, look, we're just weeks away from Christmas. We wanted to ask you, have you got a message for Australians this festive season?
Danica, what's dear to my heart is about family law and, parents that have split up for whatever reason. You find that you're no longer suited to be together. But it's the children that I'm concerned about because, sometimes you split up, okay, you might have your differences, but don't let the children be the pawns in this. Let the children see the other parents. Let the children see the grandparents as well. And that's what I put out a message to people out there. Reach out to the father or the mother of your children. On the lawns of Parliament just a few weeks ago, there was 2,400 suicides from men and boys. It's disgusting. And a lot of this comes from the family split-ups that happens as well. You know, other reasons, but a lot of it from that. The hurt and pain. As I say to people, you know, the kids need a mum, they need a dad. And it's be nice if people can just pick up the phone, speak to the loved ones, allow your kids to see the other side, let them see their families, let them see the grandparents. And that would be the spirit of Christmas, and that's what I encourage everyone.
Yeah, really well said, Pauline Hanson, really well said. Thanks for your time tonight.
My pleasure, thank you.